Okay, so I'm in one of my back hidden, I call it the hidden field. You can see this field's overgrown, and I got some trails cut around it, through it, and it's surrounded by some nice big oaks. And then there's old existing ATV trails that go into these woods. So my goal was to bring the brush cutter back and knock down the trails, start cleaning up these trails that go into the woods, but the belt broke, so I got to put a new belt on that. And I think the problem was I had the original belt that came with it broke like a month ago, and I got some new belts, and I accidentally rerouted the new belt one direction it wasn't supposed to go, which made it really tight. And the machine worked fine, but I think it got incredibly loose over the last few weeks. And I realized I had rerouted that belt around a pulley that it wasn't supposed to go around. So this belt just broke. I do have another one, so I'm going to put that on. But what I'm going to do now is, just being that I'm out here, I'm going to hike down to the trails. I haven't been down on these trails since Spring Gobbler, which was months ago, and I actually haven't hiked to the far eastern edge of the property where the trails go since we bought the place in March. So I'm just going to check things out, see if there's any big boulders or logs or anything I can move or I can clear out before I get the brush cutter rigged back up at the new belt. So since I'm out here, I'm just going to walk down into the woods now. Thought I'd bring you with me. You can see that some of these trails are going to be pretty overgrown, but as you get further down in the woods, there probably isn't going to be too much there because the sun's not going to be getting onto. Yeah, you can see down there it starts to open up. But I'm just going to start clearing things out, like this right here, this overhanging branch would be a good thing to clear out. So get down here by the base, cut right through it. There we go. See that? Just gonna kick this out of the way. Big trees and move them all out of the way. If I get some of this heavy stuff, that'd be good. If there's any big rocks or boulders or logs that I can move by hand, then I'm going to do that and just kind of open this up. So that's what we're going to do, at least for the next hour or so here. See how the trails look, see how the woods are looking. I also have a game cam to put out. I want to put it on the eastern edge of the property and go from there. All right, let's do it. A hunter bug. I think hunter bug's creeping on me. I can hear him jingling. Oh, I hear him, he's coming. There he is. Hey, buddy. You sniffing me out? You sniffing me out, buddy? Yeah, so you got these branches hanging here. I might want to knock them down. So you can see that the brush cutter isn't going to be really needed once you get down under the tree line here, under the canopy. But yeah, we're just going to look, the brush cutter doesn't like big rocks or big logs that are excessively big, so, but we'll want, the brush cutter to take these thorns, bushes, and shit out. So, all right. We shall continue. Yeah, like this stuff here. Got another spider web to the face. This log. There's this log. Yeah, the brush cutter won't like a log this big. I'm just going to move that over to the side. It seems like every time I flip it, the other end pops out. So let's just slide this in. There we go. Slide that in there. I'll move this. Brush cutter will eat this up, and I'm going to move it. Alright, so this is a root. I'm going to move that. You can see some of these big rocks as we come down here. Some more spider web in my face. I'll move some of these big rocks. You can see some of these aren't going to move, right? They would actually give good traction for the tires or a four-wheeler, which I'll be looking to get soon. But I won't actually be brush cutting down this section, maybe some of this edge, but this is actually pretty good. I'm gonna move this log here, see if we can do it. And there we go. Oh, now it's gonna roll. We'll just let it roll across. A little hop move, just a little hop move. Okay, see, we just want to get this off the trail though. Alright. Oop, there it comes. It's rolling. It's rolling. All right, we'll get it off one way or another. We'll get it off one way or another. All right. So I'm gonna have to put you guys over here for a second because I'm gonna need two hands. This is a pretty big one. All right. What you doing, buddy? Walk it up, flip it. There we go. Get this one out. Get that out of the way. Man, it really got thick in here. So I shot my turkey right down here. I mean, when I sat down here during turkey season, shot him on April 24th, opening day. I mean, it was, you can see how thick it is in here. It was nowhere near this green when I was in here before. I was actually sitting right up in here, and I was able to see like 60 yards that way, which clearly can't see that way now. It's crazy. All right, so this trail actually winds back up to the field that we were at. It comes in on the back corner, and there's not a lot of brush to cut on this particular trail, but there are some logs to move. So what I wanted to check out, there's another trail right down below us. I'm going to cut through here that actually winds up across this valley to the eastern end of our property. And that's where I'm curious to see what it looks like, because I haven't been over there since we literally bought this place. So I might open this up, and looks like there was an existing trail that connected these two. So I might open this up. So here's the other trail right here. It's got some greenery on it. So yeah, oh fuck. Goddamn spiders right in my face. Son of a bitch. Okay. So I shot my turkey down in here. I was actually sitting in here. And he came up out of this, he crossed this little gully, and he came up right up in here. So you could see a little bit now that we're down here, but it's still really thick. So let's continue on this trail. This trail definitely needs brushed out. So I could see some different nuts dropping here. There's a lot of hickory down here. There's oak. I've seen all sorts of different nut producing trees. So let's go ahead and continue here. All right, this gets this gets really thick. So this is where I walked through before. The trail actually comes, we're in the bottom of the valley right now, and there's a little creek here, a little gully. It's really steep right in here, but the trail actually goes across this and then angles up that way, and then doglegs up the ridge. So this is definitely what we need to get brush cut for sure. I don't even know if I'll be able to walk through it. Might be able to. These fucking thorns. The deer are coming through right there. You can see where they come up. They probably bed on this hill. It's real thick. So this definitely needs brush hogged out. I can't even see where the trail's at. So we'll knock some of this down. This is where the trail's at. Okay. This looks like we got a bunch of willow growing here. Hey, buddy. What are you barking at? Yeah, so I can see where the trail crosses the creek right here. Here's the mud and the water. Then it comes through here, and this is where it opens up. There's another spider web right on my face, right on my face. God damn it. I'm getting tired of spider webs on the face. All right, so so we're on the other side, and this is where the trail comes up. So that needs brush hogged for sure. And then we can move this shit. Yeah, this, oh, I could probably move this. Let's see. Not with one hand. All right, let's see if we can get that moved. There we go. All right, just gonna walk that over. There we go. Perfect. Get that out of the way. And then we continue on. Hey, buddy. Yeah, this is thick. So the trail's gonna go up here. You can kind of see dog legs, and then it travels up that way. And then the property line's way at the top there. So let's keep moving. All right, guys, so we are right at the property boundary. There's a field up here. It's not, the field's on another property, but my property line runs right down alongside the edge of the field. Comes down through here, it drops into this deep valley and kind of heads that way. We just came up from this direction, this nice ridge that comes up. So a couple of these giant trees came down at some point because they weren't here in the spring when I walked over. So I'm gonna actually mark these property boundaries. I'm gonna put some signs up. I don't have any signs on my property really, except for the entrance. There's some signs right at the driveway. But I know my other neighbors over there, they don't post their property. I'm not going to post mine. Mine's bordered by other private properties, and I know the owners. I don't know who owns this. I actually know who owns this down here. I don't know the people that own this back here. But in the spring, I noticed a tree stand about 40, 50 yards from here. It was on their property, but I just thought I would make it known that somebody owns this, put up some signs with my name on it, and just hit this back edge of the property because this is the furthest point from the house. If somebody was back here, I would never hear them over here unless they shot a gun or something. So I was just going to put a few signs up just to make, you know, some awareness. So let's go and do that. Okay. So yeah, let's see where this big tree came down. I put a sign right there. I don't know if I'm going to mess with going down that hill. It's really steep, so I doubt anyone's going to hike up that. There's old Hunter. But I'm going to move up towards the edge here, see what we got, and mark another sign up here. See where we're at. There's some old orange tape there. This way. Come here. This way. Yeah. All right, so I was just checking Onyx maps, and I also have images from the actual survey, which is more accurate than Onyx. Onyx is not always 100% accurate, so you got to be careful with that. Looking at the actual government documents, the plot maps, the deed images, the survey maps, those are going to be the most accurate ones. So we're right on the property here. There's a sign about 20 yards down the hill. So I think I'm going to put another one right up in here. Maybe right on this tree here. So, all right. All right. There we go. Some good signage right there. What do you think, old boy? All right, so I'm just going to write my name and address. Obviously, somebody comes in, they'll recognize the address. They'll know exactly whose property it is, so good to go. All right. Okay, so I'm right along the property line. Comes the tree I just put the sign on is about 20 yards that way. So it actually kind of angles and then hits the edge of the field further down. So we're actually about a little, maybe 7 yards off the edge of the field where the property line runs through. So you can see the other property up there. Got bales of hay. There's a tree stand over there, a ladder stand. So I'm going to mark this tree here and then maybe put 1 or 2 more where the corner of the property line is, and then it runs all the way back to the cabin. So that's the plan. You can see there's deer definitely coming through here, right through here. So all right, cool. Okay, so this is kind of cool. I've been following the original fence line from a long time ago. You can see the old post here. It's still in the ground. There's even some barbed wire still connected to it. But it came off the edge of that field, and I've been following it all the way down, just hanging a sign here and there. I actually know the landowner that owns this property up above us, so I'm not too concerned about putting signs all the way up. All right, guys, we're gonna start trimming up around the holly bushes here, knock at some of this brush back, and then I'm gonna trim up some of these tree limbs. Not the bug, you good boy, right? Yes, very good boy. Watch, he's gonna go pee on the holly bushes. Okay, so we just got done weed whacking around all the holly bushes there, cleaned up pretty good. So there's 20 of them that go right along there. So now I'm just gonna use some of the other tools I brought out, the loppers, the pole saw. I got a hand saw here, and I'm just gonna kind of hit some of this heavier stuff and take some of these overhanging branches out just to let a little more light in, give them more room to grow, and we'll go from there. So let's keep on pushing, baby. I'm going to switch to the old chesty cam because I haven't used that in years. So we're going to do a little chesty cam action. You get a first person perspective. Sound good? All right. All right, guys, I got the old chesty Chesterton on. I'm going to do some lopping. Hey, Bug, come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, you cute. Here comes the wife. I got Chesty Chesterton on. All right. Do a little lopping. Little lopper. Stick that in there. A little lopping. Trim these up. I'll just set them out here. I could burn them. Yeah, so we got some. Let's see if I can get some of these bigger ones too. Let's get some of these small ones without knocking the holly trees. Yeah, that's already cut. Let's get this one. So we'll drag those over to the fire for the next weekend or whatever. See, it's opening that up pretty good up there. Trimming these out. Because that sun's going to come up. You can see it's up here right now. But it comes up from over here. And it actually comes up from back there. But it does peak right about here a little bit. And actually when the sun goes down, it's over that way. And they get a little afternoon sun. So they get some morning sun. You can see the other end. They're getting some sun now. These ones were getting a little bit of sun earlier. But clearing some of these overhanging branches here will make sure they're getting enough sun. They're listed as partial shade, so they don't need a whole lot of sun, maybe 4 hours. So I just want to make sure we're getting that full 4 hours. So they're going to grow nice and efficient. So, all right, let's continue. There we go. It's a big old branch there. Big old maple branch. That'll really open up the canopy. Yeah, there's already light hitting it. That branch looks dead up there. I gotta balance this out. See, I'm just going to do this whole branch here. Yeah. This is an oak here. There we go. Watch out, buddy. Watch out. There we go. See anything else we could cut while we're up here? Make sure this is all cleared out around here. There we go. Okay. He sure is. He's like, all right, I'm ready. All right, guys. Had to pull the old chainsaw out. The wild thing, baby. Hoolan wild thing. So we got a big branch over here. A little too thick. Use the little handsaw. So just warming up the chainsaw, baby. We're gonna get done. Let's do it. It's this oak branch right here. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, we didn't damage any holly bushes too. Get over here, big old oak branch, yeah. You can see the acorns starting to develop. I don't know if the deer will eat them right now. I'm thinking they would. So we'll just leave this out. And then next week we'll cut these up into pieces and we can burn it all. So that opened that up pretty good. Yeah. That opened it up pretty good. Don't have any damage here on the holly bushes, which is good. And just clear some of this debris out. It's looking good, baby. Looking good. All right. So I found this laying right here on the ground. It almost looks like, I don't know, maybe a coyote or something pooped that out. It's just all black fur. Isn't that crazy looking? Yeah, it's bizarre. I don't even know. Maybe Squatch pooped it out right here. All right, let's continue. This is looking good. You can see how open that up. You can see how that opened up really nice. I still have branches overhanging, but I think that sun's gonna be able to peek through. You can see where it's peeking through, and when it first comes up in the morning, it really lights this section up. You can see it's lighting up good over here. I'm gonna continue taking these branches, and then as that sun comes up and over, it'll be hitting all of these shrubs at some point during the day. So I think this will work good. All right, let's do it, baby. Alrighty, guys. So spent about an hour cleaning this up. Went pretty good. You could see where the sunlight's coming in at different spots. The sunlight's kind of straight overhead now, but I'll tell you what, with this, all this brush I took out, you could see how much brush I took out. These are going to get a lot more sun, so I think they'll be getting just the amount they need to thrive. So, all right, well, the next order of business is to continue mulching these in. I have hay in the barn. Hay can be a really great mulch. You could obviously buy mulch, but why buy it if you got a bunch of hay in the barn that I'm not going to be using? So I'm going to continue mulching. You can see these ones are already mulched with hay. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 14 more to do. I think I have enough hay for all that. So we'll continue on. So I'm going to clean some of this up and get ready for mulching, baby. All right. All right, guys, on to the next part of this project. We're going to get those remaining holly bushes mulched in here. So here's the old barn. Man, this thing's seen better days. This door's falling apart. All right, let's see if we can, oh, that bottom piece broke off. Yeah, this door's about to come off. Let's see if I can. Watch out, honey. See if we can get these doors open without the doors falling off. So this barn is an old barn, baby. If you watch one of the older videos I had, found that snake skin on that opening over there, real big black snake skin. And last week, animal digging under here too. Last week, I was getting mulch out of here. I wasn't filming, but I saw 2 baby black snakes. So obviously, the snakes have made a home out of this barn, which is pretty typical, right? Snakes love barns. They're a perfect place to hide out, catch prey. So, so here's the hay. So I used a bunch of it already, but I'm gonna fill this garbage can up. I was just using this to transport the hay. And we'll go from there. Let's see old Hunter. What's he doing? I see the old wife out there. Well, she's not old. I see the young wife out there. All right, let's, I don't know if you guys can see it real good because it's pretty dark in here. I don't have the electric on right now, but there is electric in here. See if we can get some hay out of here. See, it's great for mulching. All right, guys, so I got 2 of these barrels full of hay. So we'll see how far that gets us. Not too heavy. Get a little workout carrying them out. So yeah, we got to carry them to the front of the property. Here, old Gonzo used to hang out here. look at that. So this is the this is the barn. I don't know if I've really shown video on the inside of it. It definitely needs cleaned up. Has a lot of potential. I mean, this is a great old barn. We'll take a little peek up at the hayloft here. I'll take you up so you can check it out. Make sure there's no animals up here. Old hornet's nest up in the corner, some bird's nest. I don't see anything moving around. Pretty cool, huh? Totally could restore this barn. Seems pretty solid. There's some holes though. There's definitely some holes up here. So I gotta be careful. There's another snake skin over there. Yeah, there's a bunch of snake skins up here. There's a big one over there in the corner. There's some pieces there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool old barn here. Yeah, it's another big snake skin. Look at that. An old slide up here. Bunch of old fencing. Oh yeah, that's a big snake skin there. Wow. That's got to be a black snake. Just making sure he is not close by. I don't feel like tangling around with the snake. Yeah, look at that. That's a big old snake skin. There's some hornet's nest. It's pretty cool though. One day we'll clean this sucker up. There's a pile of shit over there. Maybe coon or possum. This would be a good spot to shoot the bow out of. We can open this door up here and get some bow shooting going. I don't know if this will open right now. It's kind of wedged shut. So anyway, we will head on down and get back on track here. But just thought I'd show you the barn in case you wanted to see it. Alright, let's head back on down. Just mulch it in. So I'm going to do probably about a 3 to 4 foot circle around the holly. And the whole purpose of this is to keep the weeds from growing up, keep the grass from growing up. It also insulates, creates like a little greenhouse effect. It keeps moisture, holds moisture. So this is one of the best things you could do for trees, shrubs, anything you're planting. You don't want the mulch to touch the base of the tree, so leave a few inches there. And then you want this to be nice and thick, you know, maybe 3 to 5 inches to prevent weeds and grass from growing up. So, just getting some hay around there. Like that. I'm doing here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of these. That's about it for now. So I'll catch you here in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm back in the barn. I did all the mulching. I got only 2 shrubs left to mulch and just had to come grab a little more hay. And I found something super interesting. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? It's a cat. Its skin is like, I'm gonna take it out in the sun here so you can get a look at it, but this cat was buried in the hay. There's the skull. You can see its skin, it's like all dry rotted from years ago. Isn't that wild? Look at that. That is just insane. That's crazy. It was deep under the hay here. So I don't know what that's all about. There is an old cat bed here, so I'm just gonna put him there. Give him a little blessing. God rest his soul, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to find that. Always finding something interesting here at the cabin at the farm. That's why I brought the GoPro with me, because I only had to grab a little more hay. I was like, well, I'm not going to film grabbing more hay, right? You guys already saw that. But I was like, you never know. I might see a big snake. I might see some deer. I might see some turkey. I might see whatever. And I would have never guessed I would have found a dry rotted cat that has passed on. So obviously the previous owners had some cats. Pretty wild. But I put him in his little bed there, and we're going to grab a little more hay and go finish this project and continue on with our day. All right. All right, so my wife's sitting on the porch up here. I'm going to tell her that we found a mummy in the barn because that thing was mummified. Hey, Aunt the Bug. What are you doing? So, I found something interesting in the barn. Found a mummy.
What? Of what?
A cat. A mummified cat. Skin's still on there. It's like dry rotted from years ago. And it was under the hay. So I put it in the cat bed and gave it a little blessing. Okay, we got them all mulched in. All 20 of them. So that should be good. That'll give them some good protection from the weeds. Help retain moisture. So, alright. So we got a bunch of projects done this weekend. Heck, this video has been ongoing for a few weekends, so there's all sorts of projects, but hey, whatever. It's all good. So, alright. Move on to the next one.